Family. Hey.
Hey.
Welcome to your Authentic Love Marriage Moment with who? Chaz.
And Alicia.
And my beautiful wife, Alicia. And on today's episode of your Authentic Love Marriage Moment with Chaz and Alicia, we have some special guests that's in our midst for today, right? If you've listened to the rewind last week, I told you about our guests today, just a little short bit of it. But hey, they are here today to let you know all about what they're doing, about how they're impacting lives, and just go down memory lane a little bit about how they met, right?
And how they're impacting marriages as well. Hey, we have a dynamic duo, a dynamic couple here with us in our studio, and they're going to talk about what they do with marriages. They are also in the same business as us, and they are a dynamic duo couple. I love couples that coach and teach and counsel marriages together, because that is a powerhouse. That is an edifice. When you see two married couples standing with you, fighting with you, going down that road with you for a better marriage, hey, there's no other than the dynamic duo.
So we want to thank for them to grace our studios today. So we want to introduce to some and present to others the founders of Redeeming Love Marriage Ministries.
Yes.
James and Gail Talley.
And I call her the queen.
Hey, so good to see you guys again.
Yes.
All right. Great to see you. Wow. I can go back to 2000, I think it was 10 or 11 when we all were part of Married for Life in those sessions with those couples. And we really got the tires kicking off for what God wants us to do now.
Right. And that's how we're all here now. Exactly. So think about that. Yeah. So the Tallies, they came and they were in actually in one of our classes that we were teaching for Married for Life. Mm-hmm. And we was like, what this seasoned couple here for? What y'all doing here? What y'all want? But they, like us, they knew that they were on that path for marriages, and they had a love and a compassion for it. So, they have Redeeming Love Marriage Ministries, and we have your Authentic Love Marriage coaching. And hey, together we are going to help drive that divorce rate down to zero. And it can be done through the mighty name of Jesus. So Go ahead.
So welcome to the show. We wanted to just kind of kick things off by, first of all, tell us how you met.
You taking them down that road.
Taking them down memory lane. That's what we do here at Authentic Love. Tell us a little bit of how you all linked up.
Yes. Well, James and I met at a local church here in Chattanooga. When I was visiting, I was looking for a church home, and I was visiting in a church that he was actually being baptized that day. Mm-hmm. And he's looking way back there at me, and I'm like, who is he?
Who him?
It's two stories now.
But anyway, his cousin introduced us, and we've been together ever since. We did, he did men ministry. I did nursing home, and we just got together. Our dates consist of going to churches, and we just had a hunger for God. So that's how we started out.
Yeah, that was the place we were in because I had just got saved, as she mentioned, and being baptized her first day, visiting that church. And God had already told her she was going to marry a man of God. And the day I was getting baptized, I looked out there in the audience of over 200 people, and it was like that was the only face I saw out there in the back.
In the back.
Yes. And a couple of weeks later, we were introduced.
Yeah.
And that's where we've been.
Yeah.
So when you say introduce, was it somebody introduced you,
cousin?
So your cousin introduced you, and it was you had already saw her before your cousin introduced.
She went asking about me, you know.
I just
the queen that went asking.
Yeah, look here. I asked his cousin. I said, "Who is that guy that's getting baptized? He's kind of fine, you know." And she told me. She said, "Well, that's my cousin." I said, "Oh, okay," but that's all I said.
Right.
Next thing you know, she brought us together and introduced us. So,
and how many years later?
30 years later, because we
dated for
2 years before we got married, you know.
And you've been married
28 years, March the 1st, coming up in a week.
Wow.
So tomorrow is your anniversary.
Yes, it's our anniversary.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is your anniversary.
Wow. So that is a testament because it was a divine appointment.
It was. Think about that.
It was a divine appointment for you two to meet at that church. And hey, James was getting baptized. Wow.
Yes.
So
after preparing for her.
Yeah, he was preparing for her. So it's like when he got dipped in that water and came back up, your face is the one that he saw, right?
They had to take me deep. Take him deep.
Brother James had to go down deep.
That's
not only the coincidences, though. It was a coincidence when I met Chaz. I was invited. He may not remember this. I was invited to a Marriage Ministries men fellowship at a restaurant, and all the men gathered together. I think it was a Longhorn restaurant, and I was just visiting. And so I sit back and was just watching those guys and just listening to those young guys, how they had such a heart for marriage and wanting to get the tools. I'm saying, how are they finding all this stuff out now? Of age, I'm seasoned, and I don't know it. Right. That gave us a heart to want to come in and join up with the marriage ministry. Mm-hmm. Even though you said we were in that class, we were still kind of toe up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we were, and you don't know. You all were the ones that saw something in us that we didn't see when y'all asked us about teaching one of those classes.
Yeah.
And I got home and I was like, "What, Lord?" Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes,
because we didn't have any positive. We didn't see any positive marriages in our family. Well, my brothers, been married even longer than I'm the oldest, of three, but they were married. But I'm talking about, just in the word Christian marriages. We didn't have examples. So God had to do something in us. And you all helped us in that.
Yeah. That class
was
real instrumental, man. And you guys, y'all was just on it.
Yeah.
Y'all were on it. And I love the attention that y'all gave the students in the class. Even after hours, I remember a couple of you guys ministered to almost the whole weekend, because of the heart that you guys had.
Yeah. So y'all really helped us.
Yeah.
Being a younger couple, y'all really, we were watching. Right. And we really was gleaning from, what God had at y'all.
Well,
thank you
so much. That
Queen
means,
and brother.
That really means so much.
It really does.
That really means so much to us because when we started there, we were still trying to figure things out and figure ourselves out as well.
Right, because
getting to know each other. And
we were 3 years in.
We were like 3 years into marriage, but we knew what our purpose was.
Right.
And when we knew what our purpose was, our leaders automatically knew as well because they prayed with us. And then here we are.
Right.
Here we are these years later, doing what God called us to do.
Yes.
So let's transition into
Amen.
Redeeming Love Marriage Ministries.
How did you get here?
Well, how did you get here?
Well, look, tell us.
Started there.
Okay.
And we had some issues, and those classes really helped us. And we just saw that, we really learned that marriage was the heart of God. Next to being saved and born again, God's heart is all about marriage, because that's what set the legacy for generations that are to come. We can leave finances, land, and all of that. But once you leave that legacy of marriage, it affects every generation you have after that. And that's the heart that he gave us. And that's just put it on Redeeming. It's called Redeeming because we want to bring back the love in marriages that it needs to.
Mm-hmm. He just gave us the heart. We knew that our purpose was a part of healing.
Yes.
And we tried to do it. I bought all these books and Catherine Kuhlman stuff, and I just knew it had something to do with healing. So God didn't automatically give me mine. It was like a puzzle. He start turning my heart toward marriages. And when I would hear of somebody getting a divorce or whatever, it bothered me.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way that it didn't at first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it was just, oh my God. What is this? How come I'm all in their business? But it wasn't just their business. It was God's business.
Mm-hmm.
That was turning our heart toward marriages. Mm-hmm. So what we did, as we were finding out about our purpose, we went to Bible, school, and we just know that was it as far as marriages. So it was like Bible school was good, but it was something else. Mm-hmm. So we just start kind of, looking around and start looking at Jimmy Evans and different marriage ministries that we would see. And we just knew that was it. Bingo. Yes. So, we had to know because, we really didn't have the tools. We wanted to, but we didn't have the tools to succeed in our marriage. We really needed additional help because we came back home, so we couldn't look at y'all and watch y'all anymore. So God, it was a journey. He took us on a journey. And that journey was, us just realizing that we needed God. We need to turn our focus, vertically. Because again, we was looking horizontally to each other. And that's something that we learned that James make a good James, but he make a lousy Jesus.
I love it.
So as we began to look vertically, and both of us, we had to just look vertically. And as we were horizontally, what happened was it started coming together. Yeah. So it's that triangle, him going to God, me going to God. And, and we had basically the same teaching. So we know that, if we have to look to God for this thing to work, so because we didn't have positive marriages around us, God showed us. He brought people into our lives. He brought himself into, and turned our heart toward him. Mm-hmm. And so, you know what I'm saying? And I began to serve this man of God. And, I tell him all the time, honey, you're not going to outserve me.
Yep. That's right. That's right. I love that.
So we learned in that too, that to understand about relationship, the most important issue in marriage is to have a personal relationship with God. That's right. We got to, because that's even in our marriage ministry, we tell them, we can't do it without God. I mean, if you don't want, God, we can't help you. But with God, come on, because we can help. Because we can be his mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And we can be his mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
We can help you. We can give you some tools to succeed.
Yes.
And that's where and you're already going into the final question here. And thanks for being on that note. But we want to do a separate question for both of you, right? James, when you run up against those husbands who are having a tough time, such as you did, and God brought you to where you are now, what is your encouragement to young married men that's looking to you for help?
Well, I basically tried to get them to find people of precious like faith with them that they can talk with. That's during the time you don't need a single friend in, because all a single friend is going to do is get you back out there and take you around places you don't need to go in. So basically find you a mature person, find classes like we were seeking. When God put it on your heart to find something, you'll get the necessary tools. So I try to advise them to get the tools that they need. That if they had a flat tire, that means that car could get out of alignment. So I tell them, you don't go buy a new car just because you got a flat tire. So you don't just get a divorce just because you're going through something. You need to go get the necessary tools to fix it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that would be my encouraging word to them. And I would tell them my favorite scripture, which is in Ecclesiastes, that two are better than one.
Yes,
Lord. You go on to read it, they'll see, because how can a man warm himself at night?
No.
It's awesome. That's my favorite scripture for marriages.
I love it. How about you, Gail? Same question to you. How would you encourage young wives that are coming in to your atmosphere? How would you encourage them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, I would tell them, get your relationship with God, because he's the founder. If we have that car, and if it's a Ford, you wouldn't take it to a Chevrolet place. You take it to, a Ford place. Same thing with marriage. Since God, orchestrated marriage, then go to him. And, I promise you that he will help you. He will guide you, and you can make it. You do have 100% chance of making it, doing it God's way.
Love it.
Love it.
That's absolutely right. Doing it God's way. Absolutely. And then the tools, you guys give them the tools, just like we give them the tools. We're giving you the tools to build this marriage back to the way that God intended it. Yes. And when you work these tools and you go and you're looking at God, there's the recipe is not disaster, but the recipe is success.
Yes.
That's right. All right. So tell us a little bit. How does your services work?
Okay, we have mediation classes, which consist of, we have first on the website, you'll see where we do a 30-minute call. That's to try to locate where the couples are and to see the extent of it. And then during that, we offer a 60-minute call.
And that's designed to help individuals and couples who are in a crisis. So, we do that and we talk to them and see if we can help them, because if they need other type of help, usually in that 30-minute calls, we're going to locate them. We're going to know if they need, because then we have a list of people that can, if they are suffering with infidelity, or if they're, abused and, alcoholic, or whatever, we send them to certified counselors. You know what I'm saying? Because their problem is deeper than just, their marriage issue. So we do that. So they have that 60-minute, 90-minute is designed for individuals and couples who are unable to participate, and they have more struggles in their marriage. So, they may, want to come longer or stay longer. And then we have the mediation where it could be 1 to 2 days. That's the intense mediation.
Nice.
So that could be 2 days. Yeah.
Right. And your sessions are virtual?
We can do it virtual through Zoom. We can do it, if couples from Colorado see us on our website and we can't get to them or they can't get to us just for a little one-on-one, then we can do a virtual call. If it's intense, if it's intense like that, we could recommend a 1 day or a 2 day session, and which could possibly mean going to Colorado.
Yeah.
And sitting with them,
Which
would be good because that's what helped us when we were coming to Atlanta. We were driving all the way from Tennessee just to come to Atlanta.
Yeah, sure was.
That time in between, So those are some of the things that we offer.
Right.
And I do believe that equips them to, once they are equipped with the blueprint, which God gave all married couples in Genesis, about leaving and cleaving, that gives you the 4 laws of love that they're talking about. So we also go into the 2 deepest things that we go into is identifying your deepest needs and in your marriage, in yourself, and the 4 laws of love, and the 4 laws of love basically is, how to prioritize, making sure your wife is first, your spouse is first, not the other kids, not the blended family, but your wife outside of God is the most important person in your life. And then to pursue, just like you pursued her. When I first met her, I pursued her. I would rub her feet. All she had to do was throw them up there. I'd rub them.
That's right. That's me. I throw them up there. Throw them up there, baby.
And the partnership, it would be the third one to make sure there's equality in our marriage. Because before sin entered in the garden, God created things equally. So after it entered in, then that's when he started delving our responsibilities and stuff. And then the last one after the partnership would be purity. That's where you should be able to get naked, but not ashamed, and be able to talk to your spouse about anything.
Be vulnerable.
Yes, vulnerability, exactly.
Yes.
So those are some of the steps that we take in the process.
Right.
All right, good stuff. So, you got any questions?
No, I'm just sitting here just listening, and I'm so happy to hear that you guys and what you do and how God is using you. I'm just pleased. Please as punch.
Yeah. And again, when we sat in those classes, we didn't know this. We didn't know.
Yeah, I know you did.
We didn't know that they was watching either.
I know y'all was watching and everything.
Yeah, we watched it because we was hungry. We was hungry, and see, even though you all didn't know, but what it was is y'all could see. You know what I'm saying? Because when you all talk about us doing one of your classes, see, we know then that was God, and you didn't know that. You didn't know the struggles that we were having, but see, you know how he looked beyond our faults to see our needs.
Yes.
Y'all saw something in that we knew that you did, but you even asked it, for us to even do a class. You know what I'm saying? So
because we were out and we had action to take over.
Yeah, and those were 12-week classes at that time.
Yes.
12 to 13.
12 to 13.
Yeah,
So,
13. Yeah.
All right. So tell us, finally, tell us where we can reach you. Tell them, give us a little bit of your information and where you.
And we'll also display it as well. Yeah.
Okay. Right now, currently, we're on Facebook at Redeeming Love Marriage Ministries. Working on Instagram and everything else. We have a website. It's called Redeeming Love Marriage Ministries at marriageministries.com. So you can go there, and that's where you'll find out all the information about us and what we offer. how the classes will go, how sessions are. So those are the two current ways that you can reach out.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for gracing our studios, and thank you so much for just sharing, a little bit of you, a little bit of your experience with us. We are so happy and honored that you all did this. And hey, this is not going to be the last time.
No,
right? Not. This is not going to be the last time, because you all are doing some phenomenal things. And family, they are from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
They from Chat.
Right? Chattanooga, Tennessee. They used to drive down to our church, World Changes Church International, every week, right? And spend all Sunday with us back about 10 years ago. I think 10, 12 years ago. So we've had such a great time.
Yes, we did.
We're proud of them, and we wanted to bring them to share a little bit of their joy of having their own ministry with our family. So, James, Gail, we're going to take you back. We call into our virtual green room, right? So, we're going to take you back when the show ends, and just stay tuned. We'll be right with you in just a moment. Everybody, James and Gail Talley of Redeeming Love Ministries. All right.
Okay. Now, one of the things that the queen, I call her the queen. I always called her that when we were in the class together and we were their coaches. I called her the queen. But one of the things she said was talking about lying prostrate, looking at each other instead of looking at God. And when they started looking at God, the triangle, they looking up towards God, the triangle started forming. And then this is them, and they're looking up towards God, and how that became their edifice to redeem their marriage and start the healing process. I absolutely love that. And another thing that she said, nothing that they said that they do, is they give you the tools to succeed in your marriage. Another thing that I love that they do, that they will come and meet you wherever you are. If it calls for it, they come in to help you fight for your marriage 1 to 2 days. Now that is powerful.
That is powerful, and that just lets you know how serious they are about you and your marriage. Hey, family, listen, this has been phenomenal. Baby. We're back, and we are back in full effect. We are so excited about Redeeming Love Ministries. And hey, listen, hit them up on your different social media sites. You should see them here on the screen. But hey, check them out. Because they just like us. We're serious about you and your relationships. Yeah. Again, hey, this is Chaz and Alicia Cohens from Your Authentic Love Marriage Moment. Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, share a like. When you get the alerts, you will know that Your Authentic Love Marriage Moment with Chaz and Alicia is live. So stay tuned. Next Thursday, we're going to get back on our series that we have, Ego Love versus Authentic Love. Or hey, it might be something else. Right. You never know.
We're going to try to finish that series.
But we're going to try to finish that series up. But stay tuned. And thank you so much for participating. And one last thing from us, don't forget to authenticate your marriage. All right, everybody. Till next week, we'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Have a great one. Bye-bye.